What constitutes the legal basis for taking an acknowledgement according to the definitions and general terms section? Well, let's have a look at an excerpt here from the definition of acknowledgements from the definitions and general terms section of the Notary Public License Law booklet. And it states over here, we can jump to the second paragraph. It states, the thing to be known is the identity of the person making the acknowledgement with the person described in the instrument and the person who executed the same. This knowledge must be possessed by the notary, and a notary must not take an acknowledgement unless the notary knows or has proof that the person making it is the person described in and who executed the instrument. As well, it states, just jumping a little bit, taking acknowledgements over the telephone is illegal. So with this in mind, let's have a look at the four choices to determine the solution. Choice A states, the individual making the acknowledgement must be personally known to the officer, or the officer must have satisfactory evidence of the individual's identity. Now this aligns with the law that I read from before, from the definition of acknowledgements. But before we mark this as the correct solution, let's have a look at the other choices just to be certain. Choice B states, the acknowledgement can be taken over the phone if the notary public recognizes the voice of the individual. This is incorrect. The law does not allow for acknowledgements to be taken over the phone, as I read from before, and there's no provision made for when the notary public recognizes the voice of the individual or doesn't. Regardless, acknowledgements cannot be taken over the phone. Therefore, choice B is not the correct solution. Choice C states the acknowledgement must be accompanied by a photograph of the individual making it. The law does not state this as a requirement, and therefore choice C is not the correct solution. And finally, choice D states the individual must provide a fingerprint as evidence of identity. Similarly, this also is not stated as a requirement in the law, and therefore choice D is not the correct solution either, which indeed leaves choice A. The individual making the acknowledgement must be personally known to the officer, or the officer must have satisfactory evidence of the individual's identity as the correct solution.